the descender. Are not the Albana and the Philippar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. And his servants came near and spoke to him and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much more then, when he says to you, Wash and be clean? 2 Kings 5, verses 12 and 13. It was bad enough that the prophet failed to come to the door in person when Naaman, the Syrian general, called on him. The messenger he sent insisted that the cure for his leprosy was to bathe in the Jordan. His pride was wounded, and he became furious, insisting that his own homeland had far better rivers than the miserable little stream Elisha had suggested. Naaman's story, of course, has been included in biblical record for our benefit. His leprosy illustrates sin, for we all have been condemned to die an ignominious death as a result of the plague that fell on us when we broke our trust with God. Naaman's leprosy, however, is not the only thing we have in common with him. There is also pride in each of us who refuses to believe that the path to the kingdom is through self-denial. Sin has placed our ego on a pedestal, warping our perception to the point where we have come to believe that the cure for what ails us most is to feed our pride rather than squash it. That muddy, miserable stream never! Elisha should have come out, paid me respect, and just waved his hand over me. Fast forward through the centuries to the general of heaven's army, who approaches that same muddy, miserable stream, and against the protests of John the Baptist, insists on humbling himself in spite of the fact that he does not suffer from pride. The very name of the river is profound. Jordan, meaning descender. Because it winds its way down through the land until it empties into the Dead Sea. The real descender, however, was the one who stepped down from his glory in heaven into our existence. A creator who was not too proud to take our muddy problems on himself. Before it was over, he would descend all the way to the grave. What chance does our sinful pride have in the face of such selfless love? How can we cherish our egos and feed our pride when the sinless Son of God himself was more willing than Naaman to step into the Jordan? It leaves for us no further rationalization for sin. We have no choice but to step into the same muddy, miserable water ourselves.